Hey, Drew, welcome back. Um, I would like to just start off first by saying, um, did it come as a surprise to you? Was it something you were worried about Saturday when they pulled you off the field and said that none of the quarterbacks would be available? And then secondly, what was it like just personally watching the game Sunday as Kendall was taking snaps?
Yeah. First off, obviously this is a big, big week and everything that went on. Obviously I put out the statement, said what I said, and, meant it. I'll own up to this mistake. I feel like this team and everyone that's been involved has done a great job with protocols. We came in on that Tuesday and got some extra work in when no one was here, and, we got too lackadaisical with it, and it ended up hurting us, and it hurt this program, and I apologize for letting that happen. We could have been better. That's the point of the matter here. We needed to be perfect, and we weren't perfect, and that's something that we got to be better at moving forward. As far as being surprised or whatnot, I think the timing was a little different. Obviously, we're out there getting ready to practice, and then we got pulled off the field, so that came as a surprise to me. But whatever the league doctors and lawyers and everyone has to say about it, we're going to follow what they say and follow their rules. And they told me we needed to stay at home, so we had to stay home. And then watching it, sorry to finish your second question, watching it, it was a gut-wrenching feeling the whole time. It was tough. It was really tough. It wasn't something that I enjoyed doing. I would have much rather been out there on the field helping my teammates out, and it hurt my heart, hurt my soul. And, it's just time to move on and get to Kansas City and finally get out there and do what I love, and that's playing football.
Nice one, Jeff.
Drew, what's the process for you to move on? Do you have to discuss this with your teammates? Do you stand in front of them? I mean, what is your process for sort of working through this? Because you were pretty vocal in August saying you wanted to be at the front of the line when it came to sort of making sure everybody was following the protocols and things like that. So I'm just curious how you work through it with the rest of the guys.
Yeah, I feel like the best thing for me to do is come out and perform today at practice. Yeah, I can say something to the guys beforehand. I feel like there's been a lot said, and quite honestly, to me and this team, we're ready to move on from it. We're ready to get to Kansas City. We can keep addressing it and keep dragging this on longer than it needs to be, but that's not what we're going to do. We know what happened on Sunday. We know what needs to happen this Sunday night, and nothing that's going to help us get ready for Sunday night has to do with what happened last week. We need to come out. We need to practice. We need to practice well and get our focus on Kansas City.
Okay. Mark?
You got me? Yep, you got me. Being forced to sit out the game, and after the game, coach questioned the leadership of the quarterbacks in the room and the fine. That can reflect poorly on your leadership, your decision making, all of that. I know it upset your mom. Does it upset you?
No, anything Coach Vic says is not in my opportunity or my jurisdiction to really get upset with him. He's my boss. He's the leader of this team, and whatever he says goes. I feel like we were taking a little bit of leadership on coming in and getting ready by ourselves and doing that by ourselves on a day where everyone else was at home. So I feel like that shows leadership. But again, we didn't do the right thing. We didn't have them on the whole time we were in there. That's just the point of the matter is they felt like it was off for the amount of time to be able to keep us out of the game. And that's what it is. Got to be better.
Next one, Coach.
Yeah, Drew. So spinning forward, as you said, these last 5 weeks, you guys are 4-7. What is the biggest thing that you guys can do over the five final weeks to to go into the season with some positive momentum?
That's just coming out and practicing and getting these reps, man. Getting these reps in games and practice. Keep getting better. Keep moving forward as a team, as an offense, as a defense, as a special teams, as a full unit. Coming out and playing good football. Putting one play back to back to back to back of just a good play, of good football, of sound football, while we're doing our job at a high level. And if we can keep doing that and keep proving that and keep improving in our own specific jobs, I feel like this team can start playing some really good ball in these last weeks.
Next one, Brett.
Drew, kids kind of touched on it, and I remember back in 2008, LeBron James yelling at his mom at a Celtics game to sit her, down. So when your mom takes to Twitter, are you embarrassed, appreciative, aggravated, all the above?
Moms will be moms. That's just the fact. They're going to back up their kid. They're going to stand up for their kid, regardless of the situation. And my mom was a fiery human. There was never a game where I played bad and wasn't more scared of her than my dad. So, she's just always been that way. And, it's gotten me to this point. She's taught me a lot of lessons to be able to get me to the league. And she's just always been fiery. So we'll leave it at that.
Next one.
Drew, you guys were in that game against the Chiefs in the first half before a couple of those turnovers. What can you take from some of the limited success you had against them compared to your first start last season?
We just turned over. That was it, plain and simple. I threw the pick six. We turned the ball over earlier in that game too. And, if we just keep the ball in our hands and take what they give us, I think we can outing this time and make the difference in the scoreboard. So our biggest focus is taking care of the ball this week. And like I said, doing our job one play at a time.
Guys, time for a few more. Next one, Andrew.
Yeah, Drew, kind of to follow up on that a little bit. The struggles for this offense go back to even before you stepped in the lineup last year against the Chiefs. So what do they throw at you guys defensively that causes issues, and how do you adapt to that?
I feel like they do a good job of bringing pressures, as does any really good defense that causes problems. They cause problems by bringing pressures that are unusual or make us hot or keep guys in. That's just what defenses do. That's what they try to do. And just so happens that the Chiefs do it really well. And it's our job to pick those pressures up. It's my job to put us in the right situation and be able to pick those up. And if we don't, me know where my hots are. Me know where to get the ball if they do heat us up and take care of it.
Next one, Robbie.
Drew, I just want to go back to Sunday. You know how hard it is, obviously, to be an NFL quarterback. What is your impression of what Kendall did and had to pull off in 22 hours?
First off, there's a lot of words you can use to describe, what Kendall went out there and did as far as, the guy has, what's a steal. Gosh, he was out there he had to go out there, not take a rep at quarterback, play against one of the best defenses in the league. What else can you ask this guy to do? He went out there and he played his butt off. I saw him the next morning when I'm sitting in my car waiting to get my rapid COVID test results back that were negative. And he got out of the car. I kept my mask on, of course, and said, Kendall, man, I'm so proud of you for going out there. It takes a lot of guts and a lot of heart to be able to go out there and do what you did in the circumstances that you did. He said, much respect for what you guys do now. Of course, but I was just really proud of him to be able to go out there and try to lead that team against such a good defense. He showed a lot of heart, and he gained respect of pretty much this whole team.
Final two, George and Kyle.
Drew, you just talked about Kendall a little bit. Did you give him any advice before the game, and did you even know who Kendall was before the game?
Yes, of course I knew who Kendall was. I thought he did a great job when we were back in training camp, extended plays and playing aggressive. I didn't get to talk to him before the game. We were dealing with quite a bit of stuff leading up to that game. So I knew I was going to be able to get a chance to say something to him after the game. And quite honestly, I know he probably had 30,000 people in his ear before that game, and he didn't need another one telling him what to do or how to play the game. Let him go out there with his instincts and let the ball just play how it plays.
Final.
I know a lot of the problems on third down in the past few games you played were precipitated by getting in third and long. What do you guys have to do to just be better on third down, and especially this Sunday against the Chiefs, to stay on the field?
Yeah, like you said, we get into trouble when we're in those third and longs, and that starts on first and second down. Being better, being more efficient, And, we can do a job on those downs to make it easier for us on third down. And it's just making the extra play when it comes to on those third downs. We all know it's crunch time when it gets to third down. We get to play a couple more downs or we're off the field. It has to be a high intensity, high focus going into those plays. And, it needs to be high focus, high intensity starting this week on our third down periods. And that's something that I'm going to reiterate to the guys and keep this thing rolling in a positive way.